Good evening, Mr.Ajay Kesharwani sir and Tanay Sinha. It's an honor talking to you both. Today's interview is a part of PEPTAD Physical Education Psychology talk and discussion. I am really grateful as it's my first time as well as a great human being like you, Ajay sir. It's really my day today. We also have Tanay, who is a student of Lotus Valley and a leading intellectual mind of a school. Ajay sir is a role model for all of us and for his school students as well. He inspires us to strive for excellence and perfection. He is a great supermind and a maths teacher in modern school, Barakamba Road, New Delhi. So, sir, the first question is, can you please tell our virtual audience about yourself, like your upbringing, pastimes, achievements, family, etc.? We would love to hear all of that. Sir.
Hello friends, myself Ajay Kesharwani. I belong from Allahabad and I'm a part of a family. Most of the family members are involved in different businesses. They have their own setup. Unlike to them, I'm this field of service. I'm a teacher, I'm teaching maths. So after this completion of my schooling in the year 1997, I have chosen my career in the field of science. I have done my science graduate with physics, chemistry, and maths as a combination in the year 2002. And after that, in the continuation, I have done my master's in maths in the year 2004. And just after the completion of my post-graduation, I had started teaching. I have taught for 2 years in different coaching institute, not in a school, but in different good coaching institute. Like one of the very good coaching is Krishna Coaching Institute. I've taught there for maths for class 11, 12th student, as well as for graduate students like BSc and all. But after 2 years of teaching, that time the era of software industry, and my many friends who have done graduation with me, they have opted for computers. They were in the software industry, so they motivated me a lot. So even with that motivation, I have started thinking about in the field of computers. So then I have decided to do MCA in the year 2006 and I have joined MCA as a regular student. That time I have stopped many of my classes that I was taking but after just joining my MCA, I was just taking 2 or 3 classes, one of graduation BSc and 2 classes for 11th and 12th. Only this much was teaching I was doing, and I was full-time busy in my computers courses like MCA. So I have completed my MCA in the year 2009, and then I came back, and then I came to basically Delhi. With this intention that I will work in computer industry. But 2009 was completely the era of recession in the IT field. And I was already teaching for maths. So again, I thought that meanwhile, till the time the market is coming back, I can join some college for teaching. So I have joined an engineering college, that's United College of Engineering and Research. So in fact, I went there for maths as a maths teacher, but that time they did not have any vacancy as a maths teacher. So I have started teaching their computers. So I have taught computers there for almost 6 years till 2014. After that, 2014, or you may say 2015 in the beginning. And then that time, but meanwhile, because that time I was bachelor also, so after the college, I used to teach school students also in the evening. So meanwhile, I have started taking interest in school teaching. So then after that, I have decided now I will move from college to school. There will be 2 things. First, in the movement in the subject, like I wanted to work for the maths. So I left computer in college teaching and I moved for maths, because in evening I used to teach my student maths only. So I moved from college to school as well as from computers to maths. So in the year 2014, I have joined an international school, that's Alliance World School. It's an international, it is an international school running with the CIE curriculum, that's a Cambridge International Examination. So I've taught there for 1.5 years, and after that I moved in a very good school, that's a Pragyan School, Greater Noida, that is CBSE school. I've taught there for 4 years, and after that I got selected in a very, very good school in New Delhi. That's one of the prestigious schools, not only in Delhi, but also in India. That's modern school, Barakhamba Road, New Delhi. So right now I'm teaching there. So this is what I've done in my last 15, 20 years as a in the field of my career, or you may say my career is only my teaching, so you may say in the field of my teaching. So this is what I have done.
So great to hear about it. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So my next question is, sir, how would you suggest the students to study hard for academics? Like, is there any thumb rule or advices? And how can they achieve excellence like you, sir, in the teaching?
No, no. Generally, teachers are not very excellent in their in their academics and all. Teachers are generally good because of after teaching the same thing again and again. So I don't want my student like me. I want my student much better than what we people are right now. So first of all, if we talk about especially the students after class 8, what I basically believe that up to class 8, if the students are just following the basic guidelines from their houses, from their school teachers, that will be sufficient. And if simply they follow what they say, so that would not be less. But whenever you come in class 9 onward, then you should start thinking about your passion, about your career, about the field in which you want to do. So first you need to really understand, because in class 11 you have to choose your stream, whether you want to be a part of humanities or a commerce or a science, so that you will work accordingly, you will move ahead accordingly. So first set your goal, not very minute level, but you should have, say you want to go in the field of finance, you want to go in the field of technology. So like in a broader term, you may at least think, so that accordingly you should. But again, one thing I would like to say, suppose you want to do say BTech in the future, you want to go in the field of technology, but till class 10, all the 5, 6, whatever the subject you have, all subjects should be equal for you. You have to be excellence enough in all the subjects, including your languages as well as your social studies, because this basic knowledge is actually the base, no matter what the career you are going to opt in your future. So by this exact the career you have in your mind, you should start. Of course, academics should be very good, so you should really work hard for your academic along with your other activities. So maybe you are good in sports. I'm not saying that for the academic you leave everything. After leaving everything, if somebody is doing just academics, of maybe he can do much better in their life, but other thing whatever he or she will not doing, so she will feel for that. So my suggestion is do everything, but yes, your academic should take a proper place in your mind, and you should devote a sufficient time for that. Only then you can do much better in your life.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So your journey
Sir,
is really inspiring, sir. It's commendable.
yes, sir.
Thank
Exactly.
you.
So the next question, so let's divert the talk little to your own life. How do you view the world? As in, like, what is your outlook towards life, especially during the negative times of COVID pandemic? And how did you stay positive during the lockdown?
If we talk about the COVID pandemic, if we just look at the date today, so almost 1 year, 3 months, especially if we talk about me,
Yes,
so
sir.
because schools are hardly open, so I'm completely at home from the last 15 months. So one thing I should say, the word COVID, Corona, lockdown, undoubtedly these are the negative words, and we people are not expecting to live with these words further. But during all this negative thing, one positive thing that happened will with all, and I know everybody's feeling, everybody's, I mean, just realizing that the
Yes,
only good thing is that we are spending time with our family. And really, it is not a small thing. It's a big thing. Just before the corona, not everybody, not for the person, because in most of the families nowadays, both husband and I both are working. So it's not hectic for any particular person. It's a hectic for everyone, including students. So during this lockdown, so everybody is getting time to spend time with each other. So that is the positive thing, and we really enjoyed this part of the life. during this pandemic time.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So next question is for Tanay. Like, what do you like about Ajay sir and why? Like, any reasons for considering him as a role model?
So first of all, thank you, Abhiraj, for having me in this peptide. It is an absolute delightment to talk to the one who is so dedicated to whatever he aspires for in life, and will also show you the result the next day. A guy who will always push you to your limits to work hard by achieving excellence, aka Abhiraj. And of course, talking about Ajay sir, he has always been like a friend instead of a teacher, who got me so interested for maths, which is also my favorite subject now. Also, not to miss, I haven't seen such a hardworking soul working day and night with the same enthusiasm. So, coming back to your question, Ajay sir has all the qualities of a brilliant teacher. The best thing about him is that he will get you to fall in love with the subject. All these things make him a role model for students like us.
Thank you, Tanay. Brilliant answer. So if like I would like to see a glimpse of your daughter, sir, if possible. Like she's a very cute little angel, like you, sir. A noble soul. Can you
Again,
please
you
share
may
that
say
one?
my daughter is just 6 years old now, and she just had celebrated her birthday just 29 May, just 10-15 days back, around 20 days back. So just if you give me 1 minute, I just call her.
Sure, sir. Take your
Sure,
time.
sir. Sure,
Sure, sir.
sir.
Just wait.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Anisha, somebody is calling you. Anisha, come quickly. Yes, Abhilash is coming.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sure.
Abhilash, meanwhile, I want to say last 15 months. So we are all time, day and night, every time there. Of course, in academics, most of the part is done by her mother.
How
Hello,
cute.
it's
So
brilliant, brilliant.
this is my daughter.
Lovely, sir. Lovely. What a cute little angel she is. Sir. Excellent.
Very
And
good evening.
sir, ma'am is also the sir. If like she could like just come. Like,
So we are doing everything.
yes, sir.
Okay, done, beta. Thank you.
And sir, like
So
what do?
we are doing everything nowadays together.
Yes, sir. Yes.
But yes, her academic part is mainly done by her mother. Just 10 to 15, 20% is from my side. So this is what we do
So the next
this
little
time.
part is like, sir, how do you manage like the daughter duties and the school life? Like, is it an enjoyable like journey and tension between these two sides?
Abhiraj, can you repeat your question? I
Yes, sir. Sir,
couldn't hear
I'm saying,
clearly.
sir, like, how do you manage sir, between the
There is some
dad?
network issue, I think.
Sir, hello, am I audible, sir?
Yes,
Sir,
please.
I'm saying like, how do you sir manage the father duties and like the school, the professional life? So is it like an enjoyable tension between these two sides?
Abhiraj, one thing I would like to say, being a teacher, it's really not hard for me because we are not in the profession. So if we need to go outside for a week or something. Every, in fact, the whole year we used to be with the sub. Nowadays, the screen time is little more because till afternoon we used to take classes of school, and after that in afternoon to evening we used to take classes for the students. So except the screening time, nothing else is making me panic or something. And because we are staying nowadays at home, so we are spending much time hard. Yes, but when Corona was not there, when pandemic was not there, yes, first, because that time I used to come back to from school to my house, because I was in a day boarding school, so I used to come back by 5:30. So little hectic, but still being a kind of environment or something. So we were generally in a cool environment, and because I'm loving my this profession of teaching, so I enjoy it. So I don't think so. It's for me. It's easy for me to make a balance between these two.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Brilliant answer. Sir, next question is like, sir, is there sir, anything special about the students, like because they love you so much and like you also treat them as your own children? And so, like, is it really hard to be a teacher? So, like, what made you think to take up this like teaching as a profession? Like, yes, sir.
First of all, if we talk about my students, so really, especially in the last 5 6 years, every year's 2 to 3 students really achieved something extraordinary. Like when I was in Pragyan, so continuous, one student got selected in IIT Roorkee, Rahul. Then one student got selected in SRCC, Sriram College of Commerce. And next, another one girl, Mathili Sharma, got selected. This is the second year for her. And the next year is a great year for me. From my one batch, actually the just batch that's finished for class 12, these students are from Amrapali Sapphire, and 4 students were there in that batch. 2 got selected in the very good overseas university. One is Jaditya, who got one of the most, or you may say, uh, one of the highest recognition international scholarship, that is Pearson International Scholarship. He got 100% scholarship for University of Toronto, Canada. That's a great achievement. Out of 37 states around the world, he's one of them. Is a really great thing. One more student, Varenya, he has scored a very good marks in his SAT, that is 1560 out of 1600. It's a really great. And he got opportunity in many universities, so but he
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
finalized for 2 in the last. One is the University of Chicago, USA, and other is the University of British Columbia, Canada, Vancouver, Canada, you may say
Yes, sir.
precisely.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So these are the great thing about my students. And one more part you told me
Yes, sir. Like,
about
what
next.
made you choose teaching as a profession? Like, sir, was there any inspiration behind that?
uh, okay, frankly speaking, truly, when I was doing my graduation, because I'm really blessed to be a part of a graduate student from Ewing College, Allahabad. Ewing College and Autonomous College of Allahabad University. It's a really great college. When I was a student there in ECC, that's Ewing College, so 2 or 3 professors, especially, in fact, most of the professors are very good. But if we talk about
Yes, sir.
who really impressed me a lot, Mr. Shankar Saran Tripathi, Mr. Gerard Massey. So these are the professors when they were teaching maths. It really gave a very great impact in my mind. They have the way they were teaching was just looking an art. They were just like they were just teaching like an actor. They were not teaching. They were just acting. So
Yes, sir.
this really inspired me a lot. And from that point of time, I have decided to make one of the career as a teacher. In future, I may go in the field of teaching. Even in my slam book, many of my friends have written you may choose
Pursue
teaching
teaching
as
as
a
a career.
profession. So this thing makes me finally to move in this field of teaching.
That's great, sir. That's great. So in the last 5 minutes, I would just like to sum up with 2, 3 more questions. Tanay, the second last question is for you. Last one is for this. Like as a student, what would you suggest? Like as a teacher, he said like how do students as well. So as a student, how do you suggest your friends to like make a great student like you? Like how do you suggest them to study, basically?
Uh, First of all, that is so kind of you to say that, Abhiraj. To be frank, I never see myself as a great intelligent student. I try and work hard without focusing on other things, which may be a disturbance. To be honest, I would again say that if you see me as a great intelligent guy, then it is again possible only because of Ajay sir and of course you, my friend, who have motivated me every now and then. So that's all I would want to say. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much. So the last question is, sir, for you. Sometimes sir, if you're upset or like you're feeling low, so sir, what do you do? What do you do to uplift your mood? Like do you like when you are angry on a student or like sad about it? Yes.
We talk about the points of upsets in my life is generally, uh, with the performance of my student. Performance is not कि somebody is getting less score, so I got upset. Upset if anybody is performing below to their expectation, that makes me little upset. So I, in 80 to 90%
Yes,
cases,
sir.
I make them understand कि why it happened, why you could not answer it properly, why could not score well this time, this and that. And of course, being a teacher, sometimes I used to scold, but whenever I scold to my student, my only intention for scolding is for the betterment of my student, not scolding for the sake of scolding. So,
Yes, sir. That's
so
a very good answer, sir. So just sir, like if Tanay has any questions from his side, Tanay.
Yes, surely. Sir, I've always been one of your fans, so I always wanted to ask you, how do you balance your personal life with professional life?
I have already told about this question. Being a teacher for me or for anybody who
Mhm.
is passionate about what he or she used to do, so not difficult. It is difficult for those who is doing any work what she or he is not liking. So he used to feel tired after coming. Frankly speaking and truly speaking, even before the corona, I used to teach because I told you my school is too far from my place, that is a greater Noida.
Yes, sir.
I
Yes.
used to go there. I used to just woke up at 6 a.m. in the morning and just somehow catch my bus and go to the school, and being a day boarding school, work there for 8 hours and just come back to my place. And my another class is, I'm just used to come by 5:20, 5:25, and my next class is scheduled by 5:30, and the journey time is there around 15 minutes. Sometimes I don't have time to even change my dress, but still I moved there. And another, I used to teach for next 3 4 hours. It's a really hard teaching because I used to teach Amrpali Sapphire students.
Yes, sir.
They are really really brilliant there. So another 3 4, but because I love this my task, I love my teaching, I love my profession.
Sir, any
So when
sorry
I
to
come
interrupt.
back, so
Sir, any
yes,
course for the students or like any course like you may consider this answer like does any course like you sir gave us great course during the class and sir really inspired from you. So like for the dear audience, anything sir as a conclusion.
Abhinaj, your voice is low, but really low.
Sir,
It's not
any
audible.
conclusion, sir, any conclusion note for the audience like sir
Sir,
you
any
inspire us.
message to the
Yes, sir.
students?
Very clear message is that try to find out your passion and work on that. Really work hard, because in this era, in this competitive era, second position, third position not mean second or third exact number. I mean to category. A second category of person or third category of person will not be survive in this era. So be firm
Great thought, sir.
for
Great
your
thought.
career, be firm for your studies or whatever you want to. That's key for the success.
So,
Sir,
sir, to
after all
sum
of
up,
this, I'm an even bigger fan, sir. Thank
yes,
you
sir,
for
yes, sir.
inspiring me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for inspiring.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Abhiraj. Thank you so much, Tanay, for this nice session. I really, really love to talk to you.
Thank you, sir. So I would like, sir, as a
Thank you, sir.
conclusion, I would like to thank Mr. Ajay Kesharwani and Tanay Sinha for like devoting their valuable time for this activity. Stay safe and stay happy. It was me, Abhiraj, the interviewer, and thanking the audience for listening to the interview with full love, dedication, and devotion. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhiraj.
Thank, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.